All right, folks, we're back live. Kristin Tate will be joining us again, and investigative journalist Jim Hoft. But first, I want to turn to Newsmax TV's Bill Tucker, who has more on the resignation of Trump's former campaign manager, Paul Manafort.
Steve, Trump ended the week with yet another campaign shakeup. The end of the week brought an end to Paul Manafort's time as Trump's campaign chairman. Trump announced Manafort's farewell in a simple statement. Quote, "This morning, Paul Manafort offered and I accepted his resignation from the campaign." The statement concludes with the standard praise for work done and the best wishes on down the road. Manafort's resignation seems an attempt at damage control from revelations that he accepted undisclosed money serving as an advisor to Putin's man in Ukraine, former President Viktor Yanukovych. The Ukrainian dictator, just the latest in a long list of dictator clients for Manafort, who's been serving the needs of corrupt totalitarian leaders for decades. His gallery of the infamous includes Angolan guerrilla leader Jonas Savimbi, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos, Zaire's Mobutu Seko, who sports a chilling record on human rights abuse, Said Beir of Somalia, Kenya's Daniel Arap Moi, Middle Eastern's arms dealer Abdul Rahman al-Assir, and Yanukovych. Trump appears to be running his campaign under the unofficial motto, "If it's broke, fix it." Manafort was brought into the campaign in late March in a time of turmoil, rose in power, and then in the face of sliding polls and rising scandal, shown the door in August. Campaign strategists say there is nothing traditional about the Trump campaign or the way it's run. Perhaps that just reflects Trump's stated commitment to run government like it's a business. Back to you, Steve.
All right, and just for the record, I have no problem with Paul Manafort. I think the work he does is fine. I mean, there are other people. There's people on the left who advise campaigns. They go to Israel and they work against Benjamin Netanyahu and they work against Likud. I don't believe he has blood on his hands in any way, shape, or form. So, I respect Paul Manafort, and I think the New York Times hit piece was a hit piece. And I saw that author interviewed, and he said, maybe he did something wrong, maybe he didn't. Well, you know what? Then why'd you write the piece? To give the impression that he did something wrong. Now, he may have. I don't know. We haven't seen any proof of it, and apparently the New York Times writer doesn't have any proof of it. So I think it's best with the new blood in the campaign. You can't have too many people at the top because they collide. So it's good that he stepped down, but I respect Paul Manafort, and I never met him. But I respect what he's done over the years. And if he works for foreign governments to help in their campaigns, many people do. Many people do on the left as well. Okay, let's go to Jim Hoft, founder of thegatewaypundit.com, conservative blogger and investigative reporter, and Kristin Tate, libertarian author and political columnist, founder of thelibertarianchick.com, and author, as you know, of Government Gone Wild. All right, Jim, I want to put something up, a story you had on your website, The Gateway Pundit, and it's titled, "What Constitution? Hillary Promises to Destroy Conservative Website as President." And you quoted from a fundraising letter in the wake of, in the aftermath, I should say, of them hiring, the Trump people hiring Stephen Bannon, who ran Breitbart. They put out this, and this was from the communications director of the Clinton campaign. Breitbart is something, they talked about how conservative media is out there, Fox media is out there, and we respect different points of view, but Breitbart is something different. They make Fox News look like a Democratic Party pamphlet. They're a different breed altogether. Not just conservative, but radical, bigoted, anti-Muslim, anti-Semitic conspiracy peddlers who never have been and never should be anywhere near the levers of power in this country. And basically, they just are pledging to destroy Breitbart.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Shades of fascism coming from the Hillary campaign. Who would have thunk it? It's amazing hearing Hillary go after, one website and then throwing in that she respects Fox News. Isn't that a joke? I mean, the only reason she likes Fox News right now is because of all the never-Trumpers who are on the channel.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Kristin, this is scary stuff because they say in that same mailing that, although we don't agree with the conservative media like Fox or whatever, we respect their right to exist.
Except,
but they don't say that Breitbart. Then they go to Breitbart.
Except in this case,
Yeah,
you know, these people aren't champions of free speech. Give me a break.
And this is it, folks. No, both of you. This is it. Everybody talks about the Second Amendment, Jim, and how Hillary's going to eviscerate it with her Supreme Court nominees, and she will. But it's the First Amendment that nobody says it. I say it every night. Just like the London mayor the other day, what they have going in London, what they have going in Germany, what they have going in Canada, hate speech laws. We will have hate speech laws in this country that will make it illegal for you and me to express ourselves the way we do now, Jim, and you too, Kristin, and they'll come after us legally, and you won't be able to insult a Muslim, insult a gay, insult any insulting language, and Hillary will do this. Jim?
Right, and they can attack conservatives all day long, and Christians and straight men and white people, and that's all allowed. But anything else, you know, you'll be kicked off Twitter or thrown in prison. Who knows what's next?
Yep. What about it, Kristin? I mean, as a libertarian, this has to frighten the heck out of you too.
Of course it frightens me, and it's just kind of ridiculous that Hillary is so upset that, you know, one outlet is right-leaning when she has the entire mainstream media practically behind her campaign. You know, God forbid a few websites aren't liberal. It's crazy to me, and it's chilling, like you mentioned, this chilling effect that she would have on the First Amendment as a president.
And Jim, your website's been all over the Trump visit to Louisiana, and more importantly, perhaps the just, you know, non-caring attitude of Barack Obama, who will not leave the golf course. Then he sends his DHS secretary to say, well, he has a very busy fall schedule when we're in the middle of summer. I mean, man, what is going on here, Jim?
Right, and he's taking all of October off to help Hillary Clinton, so that's his busy schedule. You know, what's interesting is 2 years ago to this day, Steve, Barack Obama, we had the tragedy where James Foley was beheaded by ISIS. Obama made a quick statement, went to the golf course. Today we see the same thing, so nothing's changed. Louisiana is being flooded in this historic flood, and Obama's once again, out on the golf course.
Yep, and he couldn't care less. All right, guys, let's get to the phones. 877-NEWSMAX, 877-639-7629. We have Wes in Greensboro, North Carolina. Hello, Wes.
Hey there.
Hi, what can we do for you, sir? You're on with Jim and Kristin and me.
Hey, Steve. Great to be with you and Kristin.
Thank you. Hey, were you at the rally yesterday? Oh, that was Charlotte, not Greensboro. I'm sorry.
That was Charlotte.
Yeah.
No, but I was watching it on TV, but I wasn't able to be there. I just have 2 quick points. One, I think the liberal media is scared to death of Donald Trump. That's the first thing I think that they're on him so hard, is they're scared to death of this man. They're scared to death of the following they see. He's, you know, the people, crowds are showing up for him, and I think that's the first thing. And if you look at their coverage of Hillary Clinton and the way they depict her, you would think that John F. Kennedy was running for the Democratic presidential thing. So that's just what I wanted to say, and I'll hang up and listen to your response.
All right, Wes, thank you very much. Kristin, they're scared. They are scared to death of him. Everything they stand for, everything they're used to, everything they stand for will be out the window if Donald Trump is allowed to come in and shake things up.
Especially now that he's reaching out to other demographics, like the black vote. I mean, he really is exposing how liberals have failed the black community. They've utterly failed the black community, and Trump is offering them something new. He's offering them policies that could lead to prosperity and self-sufficiency, and that terrifies liberals. They have taken the black vote for granted for far too long, and this election, Trump has a great opportunity to snag some of those voters.
Yeah, let me ask you one more on this Louisiana thing, Jim. Is Hillary going to have to answer to this? In other words, is she going to have to defend Obama, or will the media beg off? Will it all be over after Tuesday? Obama went there. What more do you want? But first of all, she's in hiding until next week. But isn't she going to have to, maybe, I don't know, at the debate, if it's fair, somebody will say, how come you didn't go? Do you think Obama should have not gone until the time he did? Or is it just going to fade away?
I think in the minds of Americans, it's very clear who's showing some compassion and concern, and who's out on the golf course, and who's taking a rest wherever Hillary is. She's taken off like 3 days now. Her next event is until Sunday. So again, these rumors about her health, they really ring true. You saw Donald Trump today lifting cases of food. I sure would like to see Hillary Clinton try that just once.
Yeah, what about her health? We got 20 seconds each. Kristin, do you think we'll ever know the truth before the election?
Probably not, and frankly, I'd rather spend time talking about her very flawed record and all of the scandals. But back to the coverage of the Louisiana thing, I just don't think it's going to be a big issue because the media is not making it a big issue. Every average news-watching American is just seeing headlines all day of Trump campaign imploding. So unfortunately, while it should be a big issue, that Obama is ignoring Louisiana, I don't think it will be.
Jim, 15 seconds on the health.
I think it could be a big issue. I think Hillary's, there's a lot of pressure on her now to look healthy, to not use railings, to not use stools that she's been using at events, to look, vibrant. And I think it's going to be a very difficult task for Hillary because there's a lot of things that she doesn't look well.
Jim Hoft, Kristin Tate, thank you. Have a great weekend. Up next, Ken Timmerman and Gimme 5. Don't miss it.